The most dangerous thing you can do after age 60 isn't smoking, drinking, or even skipping exercise. It's how you get out of bed each morning. While everyone obsesses over what they eat for breakfast, they're completely ignoring the fact that their body has been slowly dying for the past 8 hours, and the first 5 minutes after waking up will determine whether they accelerate that decline or reverse it entirely. This isn't about another morning routine you'll forget in a week. This is about 5 scientifically backed habits that take less time than brewing coffee but can literally add decades to your life. Here's what the medical establishment doesn't want you to know. Your body wakes up in a state of crisis every single morning. Your blood has thickened, your joints have stiffened, your muscles have been cannibalizing themselves, and your brain is operating in a fog that most people accept as just getting older. But what if I told you that this morning deterioration isn't inevitable? What if these 5 simple actions, done in the exact order I'm about to share, could transform you from feeling like you're aging into feeling like you're actually getting younger? I've spent decades studying the morning habits of people who live vibrantly past 90, and I discovered something that shocked even me. The difference between those who thrive and those who merely survive has nothing to do with genetics, expensive supplements, or complicated exercise routines. It comes down to what happens in the first 300 seconds after their eyes open. These aren't just habits, they're protocols used by longevity researchers who understand that aging healthily isn't about fighting time. It's about working with your body's natural rhythms to maintain youthfulness and vitality. The people who know these secrets don't look or feel their age. They maintain health in old age not through luck or good genes, but through understanding exactly how to be a healthy elderly person from the moment they wake up. Their immunity in the elderly is stronger, their immune system in old age functions like someone decades younger, and their nutrition for the elderly starts before they even leave their bedroom. They've cracked the code on maintaining autonomy as an elderly person and sustaining youthfulness in the elderly through simple morning wisdom. If you're ready to stop accepting decline as inevitable and start experiencing what it feels like to wake up stronger each day, then pay attention to every word I'm about to share. These 5 habits will challenge everything you think you know about aging, and by the end, you'll understand why I can confidently say that if you're over 60 and you implement these practices consistently, there's absolutely no doubt you'll not only live another 30 years, you'll live them with energy, clarity, and independence that will amaze everyone around you. Picture this: Margaret from Portland wakes up every morning at 6:30 a.m., just like she's done for the past 40 years. What she doesn't realize is that her body has been silently fighting a battle all night long, one that's been putting her heart under tremendous strain. After 8 hours without water, her blood has thickened to the consistency of honey, forcing her heart to work 3 times harder just to pump it through her veins. This isn't just about feeling thirsty. It's about aging healthily and maintaining health in old age through simple awareness. The statistics tell a story that most doctors won't share openly. Nearly 60% of heart attacks occur between 6 a.m. and noon, with the highest spike happening within the first hour of waking. Your body wakes up in a state of dehydration that would make a desert seem hospitable. Think of your cardiovascular system like an old car trying to start with thick motor oil in winter. Everything struggles, everything protests. For those focused on youthfulness and maintaining autonomy as an elderly person, this morning dehydration represents one of the most overlooked threats to longevity. Here's where ancient wisdom meets modern science in the most beautiful way. In Mediterranean cultures, grandmothers have been placing a glass of water by their bedside for centuries, calling it the water of life. They understood something we've forgotten. The immune system in old age depends heavily on proper hydration to function effectively. When your body is dehydrated, your immunity in the elderly becomes compromised, making you vulnerable to everything from minor infections to major cardiovascular events. It's like trying to run a sophisticated machine with inadequate lubrication. The solution couldn't be simpler, yet it's profound in its impact. Tonight, before you go to bed, place the full glass of room temperature water on your nightstand. Not in the kitchen, not in the bathroom, but right there within arm's reach. Make it your first conscious act upon waking, even before your feet touch the floor. This isn't just about hydration. It's about how to be a healthy elderly person through intentional morning rituals. The water should be room temperature because cold water can shock your system, while warm water requires energy to process that your body doesn't have upon waking. What happens next borders on miraculous. Within minutes, your blood begins to thin, your heart rate stabilizes, and your brain receives the oxygen it desperately needs. Sarah, a 72-year-old from Ohio, started this simple practice and noticed her morning brain fog disappeared within a week. Her doctor was amazed at her improved blood pressure readings during her next visit. This single habit becomes the foundation for nutrition for the elderly and sets the stage for everything else your body needs to maintain youthfulness in the elderly throughout the day. But hydration is just the beginning. Your body is still crying out for movement. After you've hydrated your system, there's something else happening in your body that demands immediate attention. Your circulation has been crawling at a snail's pace for 8 hours, and your muscles have contracted into positions that would make a pretzel jealous. This isn't just morning stiffness, it's your body's way of telling you that aging healthily requires movement before you even stand up. Dr. Patricia Williams, a geriatric specialist from Cleveland, often tells her patients that the first 60 seconds after waking determine whether they'll feel like they're 40 or 80 for the rest of the day. Think about how a car engine behaves after sitting in the cold all night. It sputters, it protests, and if you gun it too quickly, something's bound to break. Your body operates on the same principle, but with far more delicate consequences. When seniors skip this crucial warming-up period, they're setting themselves up for what emergency room doctors call morning mishaps, falls, pulled muscles, and that general feeling of being disconnected from their own body. This is why maintaining health in old age isn't just about what you eat or how much you sleep. It's about how you transition from rest to activity. The solution lies in what I call bedside awakening, a gentle 60-second ritual that transforms your body from a rusty gate into a well-oiled machine. While still lying down, start with your hands. Make gentle fists and release them 5 times, feeling the blood flow return to your fingers. Then slowly roll your shoulders backward and forward, awakening the muscles that have been dormant. Next, point and flex your toes, then make small circles with your ankles. This is an exercise. It's preparation for life, and it's essential for how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person. Here's what happens inside your body during this minute of gentle movement. Your circulation increases by 40%, your joint fluid begins to thin and lubricate, and your nervous system starts communicating properly with your muscles again. Robert, an 84-year-old from Phoenix, was skeptical when his daughter suggested this routine. He'd been having dizzy spells and near falls every morning for months. After just 1 week of these bedside movements, he called his daughter in amazement. The dizziness was gone, and he felt steady on his feet. This is how to be a healthy elderly person, not through dramatic changes, but through consistent, gentle wisdom. The beauty of this practice extends far beyond physical benefits. When you take control of your morning awakening, you're telling your body and your mind that you're still the captain of this ship. Your immune system in old age responds to this confidence, and your overall immunity in the elderly improves when you start each day with intention rather than panic. This gentle movement routine becomes a daily declaration of your commitment to youthfulness and maintaining youthfulness in the elderly. But your muscles are still hungry for something specific, and feeding them properly in these crucial morning minutes can mean the difference between strength and frailty in the years to come. Here's something that might shock you. While you've been sleeping peacefully, your body has been quietly cannibalizing itself. After 8 to 10 hours without food, your system enters what scientists call muscle catabolism, a fancy term for your body literally eating its own muscle tissue to survive. This isn't dramatic language. It's cold, hard science that most people over 60 never hear about. For those serious about aging healthily and maintaining health in old age, understanding this silent muscle theft is crucial. Every morning you wake up, you're approximately 1 to 2% weaker than when you went to bed, unless you know how to stop this process. The research from Harvard School of Public Health is eye-opening. Adults over 65 who don't consume protein within the first hour of waking lose muscle mass 60% faster than those who do. Think of your muscles like a savings account. Every night makes an unauthorized withdrawal, and every morning is your chance to make a deposit. This isn't just about looking strong. It's about how to be a healthy elderly person who can open jars, climb stairs, and maintain independence. Your immune system in old age depends heavily on muscle mass, because muscles produce compounds that directly support immunity in the elderly. The solution is elegantly simple. Within 30 minutes of your gentle stretching routine, your body needs 15 to 20 grams of high-quality protein. This could be 2 eggs prepared any way you like, scrambled, soft-boiled, or even in a simple omelet with herbs. Greek yogurt with a handful of nuts works beautifully, providing both protein and healthy fats your brain craves. If chewing is difficult, a protein smoothie made with milk, banana, and a scoop of protein powder becomes liquid gold for your muscles. The key is consistency, not perfection. Your body will thank you for this daily investment in youthfulness. Helen from Sacramento discovered this principle at age 78 when she was struggling to get out of chairs without using her arms. Her doctor mentioned muscle loss, but it was her grandson who researched the protein solution. Within 3 months of starting her morning egg routine, Helen was not only rising from chairs effortlessly, but had returned to her beloved gardening. She often jokes that her breakfast eggs gave her back her green thumb. This is nutrition for the elderly at its finest, simple, accessible, and profoundly effective for maintaining youthfulness in the elderly. What makes this morning protein even more powerful is its timing. Your body is primed to absorb and utilize nutrients most efficiently in the morning hours, especially after your hydration and movement routine. This creates a perfect storm of rejuvenation that sets the tone for how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person throughout the entire day. Your muscles begin rebuilding immediately, your energy stabilizes, and your metabolism awakens from its overnight slumber. But there's another system in your body that's been quietly stiffening while you slept, and if you don't address it properly, all the protein in the world won't help you move with the grace and freedom you deserve. While you've been nourishing your muscles with protein, there's a hidden crisis happening in your joints that most people don't discover until it's too late. Throughout the night, the synovial fluid in your joints, think of it as your body's natural WD-40, has been thickening like cold honey. This fluid is supposed to glide smoothly between your cartilage, but after hours of immobility, it's become sluggish and sticky. When you force movement on dry joints, you're essentially grinding metal on metal, creating microscopic damage that accumulates over years. This is why aging healthily requires understanding that your joints need a gentle warm-up before they're ready for the day's demands. The consequences of ignoring this joint preparation are more serious than most realize. Every harsh, unlubricated movement creates tiny tears in your cartilage, damage that your body struggles to repair as you age. This is why so many people over 60 experience that characteristic morning stiffness that seems to get worse each year. It's not just getting older, it's the result of years of forcing cold joints into action. For those focused on maintaining health in old age, this 90-second joint preparation can mean the difference between graceful movement and painful limitation in the years ahead. The solution is what orthopedic surgeons call joint mobilization, gentle movements that awaken your synovial fluid and prepare your joints for smooth operation. Start with your neck, slowly turn your head left and right, then gently nod up and down. Move to your shoulders, rolling them in slow circles, feeling the fluid begin to warm and flow. Next, your wrists. Make gentle circles in both directions, then open and close your hands. If you're sitting on the edge of your bed, lift one knee at a time, making small circles with your ankle. These aren't exercises, they're essential maintenance for how to be a healthy elderly person. Frank, a 71-year-old carpenter from Detroit, thought his woodworking days were over when his hands became too stiff and painful to hold tools properly. His wife suggested he try these joint movements every morning before getting out of bed. Within 2 weeks, Frank was back in his workshop, and within a month, he was crafting furniture with a precision he'd had 20 years earlier. He calls it his morning oil change, and it's become as essential as his morning coffee. This is how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person, through simple, consistent care that your body craves. What makes this joint preparation so powerful is its cumulative effect on your immune system in old age. When your joints move freely, your entire body experiences less inflammation, which directly supports immunity in the elderly. This gentle morning ritual becomes a daily investment in youthfulness, signaling to your body that you're committed to maintaining youthfulness in the elderly through mindful movement. Your joints respond by producing more synovial fluid, creating a positive cycle of improved mobility and reduced pain. But while your body is awakening physically, there's one more crucial element that determines whether you'll face the day with clarity and purpose or confusion and anxiety, and it all happens in the quiet moments before you speak your first word. Now that your body is hydrated, awakened, nourished, and mobilized, there's one final element that separates those who merely survive their golden years from those who thrive with remarkable mental sharpness. Your brain has been consolidating memories and processing information all night, but there's a crucial step that most people skip. One that neuroscientists are discovering can literally build what they call cognitive reserve. This isn't about meditation or complex mental exercises. It's about a simple practice that takes just 60 seconds and can determine whether you maintain crystal clear thinking or gradually slip into the fog that many accept as inevitable with age. The science behind this practice is fascinating. When you deliberately recall yesterday's events in reverse order, you're forcing your brain to work against its natural flow, creating new neural pathways and strengthening existing ones. Think of it like doing push-ups for your memory. Dr. Sarah Chen from Stanford's Aging Brain Research Center found that people who practiced this reverse recall showed 40% less cognitive decline over 5 years compared to those who didn't. This isn't just about maintaining health in old age. It's about how to be a healthy elderly person who remains sharp, engaged, and mentally independent well into their 80s and 90s. Here's how this works. While still in bed, after your joint movements, spend 1 quiet minute retracing yesterday from bedtime back to when you woke up. Start with the last thing you remember before sleep, perhaps reading a book or watching television. Then work backward. Dinner, afternoon activities, lunch, morning routine. Don't worry about remembering everything perfectly. The effort itself is what builds your cognitive reserve. This practice strengthens your immune system in old age by reducing stress hormones that damage brain cells, directly supporting immunity in the elderly through the powerful mind-body connection. Martha, an 82-year-old retired teacher from Boston, was devastated when she started forgetting her grandchildren's names and important appointments. Her daughter, a nurse, suggested this reverse recall practice. Within weeks, Martha noticed she was remembering details more clearly, and within months, she was back to her sharp, witty self. She now calls it her mental time machine and credits it with giving her back her confidence and independence. This is nutrition for the elderly at the mental level, feeding your brain the challenges it needs to stay strong and maintaining youthfulness in the elderly through cognitive vitality. What makes this practice so powerful is its connection to gratitude and presence. As you recall your previous day, you naturally notice small moments of joy, connection, and accomplishment that might have passed unnoticed. This creates a positive feedback loop that supports aging healthily by reducing depression and anxiety, two major threats to longevity. Your brain begins each day with a sense of continuity and purpose, knowing that every experience matters enough to be remembered and treasured. This silent reflection becomes your daily affirmation that you're not just surviving, you're actively engaged in how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person through mental clarity and emotional resilience. When you combine this cognitive practice with the 4 physical habits you've learned, you create a morning routine that doesn't just prepare you for the day. It prepares you for decades of vibrant, independent living. So there you have it, 5 simple habits that take less than 5 minutes but can literally transform the next 30 years of your life. You've just learned what thousands of people pay health coaches hundreds of dollars to discover, and now you have no excuse not to implement these practices starting tomorrow morning. But here's my question for you. Are you going to be like the 95% of people who watch this video, nod their heads, and then go back to their old habits? Or are you going to be part of the 5% who actually take action and experience the transformation? Think about it. What's your current morning routine really doing for you? Are you waking up energized and ready to conquer the day? Or are you dragging yourself out of bed, stiff, foggy, and already feeling defeated before your day even begins? The choice is entirely yours, but understand this. Every morning you don't implement these habits is another day you're choosing decline over vitality, dependence over autonomy, and resignation over possibility. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. Picture waking up feeling genuinely excited about the day ahead, your body moving with ease, your mind sharp and clear, your energy lasting from morning until evening. Now imagine the alternative, continuing on your current path, watching your independence slowly slip away, accepting that feeling old is just part of getting older. Which version of yourself do you want to meet in the mirror 6 months from now? Here's what I challenge you to do right now. Commit to trying these 5 habits for just 1 week. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for Monday. Don't make excuses about not having time. Tomorrow morning, place that glass of water by your bed tonight. Set your alarm 5 minutes earlier if you need to. Your future self, the one who's thriving at 80, 90, or beyond, is depending on the decision you make right now in this moment. But I have one more question that I need you to answer honestly. If you knew these 5 habits could add not just years to your life, but life to your years, what would stop you from starting tomorrow? And more importantly, what would you regret more? Trying these habits and discovering they work, or never trying them and wondering what could have been? If this video has opened your eyes to what's possible when you start your day with intention and wisdom, then I need you to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. There's so much more I want to share with you about aging healthily, maintaining your independence, and living with the vitality you deserve. Don't let this be just another video you watched. Let it be the moment everything changed for you. Your journey to extraordinary aging starts now, and I'll be here to guide you every step of the way.